1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Hi, you're with Scott. It's midnight, it's always midnight. This is stream, Twitch. We're playing Hearthstone. Sorry about not being... I scheduled Twitch stream today for 8 o'clock. I didn't realise this is the teething issues of being a new streamer. But we're here tonight, so we're doing some stuff. Got the old Killer Coke, Killer Cola, and just gonna pop out chat. Let's get going. Let's have a look what we're up to journal-wise. Still got to play these duels. 3 games as Demon Hunter, Mage, Shaman, Priest, Rogue, Warlock, corrupt cards and rank play. So we'll leave the duels for a while. We'll do some corrupt Warlock maybe. Corrupt Warlock or corrupt Rogue, let's have a look. Just for fun, I've got an Azoth deck, so it's got any corruption in. No corruption. Could I add any corruption into this? Let's have a look. Gain 2 attack and stealth. Give a minion +2 attack and your weapon. That can be useful. It's not much I want to cut. Not much I want to cut there. Maybe this isn't the deck for the corruption. But I do feel like playing this deck, so let's just go with this for a bit. Because quests, you know, they come and go, don't they? This is a bit of fun. Haven't been playing lots the last month. Let my ranking really slip. My nan died on Boxing Day, so I just let it go with Hearthstone for a bit. It's fine.
Watch your back.
Okay, I love keeping the scheme because it really helps early doors to have that beefed up by the end. Reducing the dragons is massive. We're keeping that. We're keeping the apothecary because that's big as well. We're going to put this back in the deck because we can reduce the cost of it. Shield of Galakrond, that's acceptable. Not much that we can do in this early game. But this deck's another one of these decks that's a big stomper at the end. So, okay, we've got Battlecry Shaman. And we're going to do nothing. Thank you very much. It's not good to do nothing. Battlecry Shaman's high tempo early game. Here we go. I'm taking out the thing that's going to do most damage that I can kill easiest, but this might have been an option to take out because they might have that card that deals damage depending on if you've got a lackey in hand. I mean, we've got problems here.
Here we go.
I know this seems like a weak turn with the lack of stuff on board. Next turn I'm still going to drop Frizz. Oh no, next turn's 4, coin 5. Yeah, no, I'm going to coin out the Apothecary, and that's a big turn, and then we can get Frizz on the go. I'd like to get Frizz out early, but I mean, it looks like we might be dead early if my opponent has a give everything plus whatever attack. But let's just get on with our game plan.
Here we go.
because this deck is an Azoth deck, but it's a standard Azoth deck. So we've got different kinds of things that we're going to resurrect with N'Zoth. And they've, in the main, got Taunt or Death Rattle summon something good. We've got a variety of dragons, a bit of a dragon package, and we're also running Tog. Oh dear, that doesn't. I don't like that. We're also running Tog, and Wind Fury. That's going to be a pain in the bum. Yeah, I think we're dead now, aren't we? Really? I have to try and do something about this. All I can really do is drop the shield of Galakron. Shame. But playing against an aggressive deck like this with that Seamat coming down, there's not much I'm going to do here with this deck. The end. Maybe I'm too low down in the rankings to be playing such a slow deck. But it sure is fun, this deck. It sure is fun if you get it going. Of course, the end game payoff is you just shuffle in a bajillion N'Zoths into your deck, and then resummon and resummon and resummon a big fat board. There's even a demon that does lifesteal, which is one of the worst cards in the set, but I've whacked it in here because it's a cheeky demon that offers me lifesteal. This is a decent hand. The Shadow Step is used for N'Zoth in late game, so I'm not going to hold on to that. I'm going to keep the Seal Fate. I'm going to pop the shield back in. I want something else early game, really. I don't like having to sit there and hang early game, and there's such a lot of big in the deck that's not really opening hand material, especially not against another aggro opponent like the Hunter. Good, I've got my Spy Mistress. This offers me some early game protection because it's stealth. Discovering a secret before you know what I'm about to do may not be the best idea. You see, it's stealth, and it also offers me an option to combo with the Apothecary later on. Am I going to pop this out now? Yeah, I am, yeah. And then next turn I can deal with this with my hero power, and they drop something, they play a secret maybe. But they can't really drop something into this, can they? So we'll find out hopefully find out what that secret is by using our hero power. There we see. And I'm not going to attack with this, because if I trade, I just get, into a 1-1. Those snakes can't do a lot of damage, and having the 3 attack on board precludes my opponent from playing. So, oh dear. Spoke too soon, didn't I? But at least we can trade this off this time. This isn't going to stay here now. Do I want to trade it and then use my hero power? No, I'm just going to use the Seal Fate on it. The gold one, the lovely gold one. Get my golden lackey. Hero power. 3/3 copy. Fair enough. We can take that. That's a trade that we can take. Next turn we're doing the Apothecary shenanigans. Even though I've got Frizz in hand, it's such a powerful card, Frizz, reducing those costs. Drawing the Death Rattle is also very powerful. And using the Zephyris is powerful, but not knowing what he's playing into, he or she, Extraterrest, what they are playing into, early Zephyris. Yeah. Trying to beat me down, aren't they? So I spoke too soon because, look, I can clear this with this. Nice. Do I want more minions on board, or do I want a more even board? I think we want more minions on board, don't we? I can still use the apothecary next turn. But because it requires a combo, I have to use the coin and one of these fellas. Deal 2 damage to all the minions. No trading, so it's not that. Must be freeze trap. Freeze trap, isn't it? That. No, another 3/3 copy. What a mad situation. Right. What are we doing? I mean, this is just coming to face, isn't it? Even if we do deal with it in some way, but I think what we're doing is this, isn't it? Look, do some damage to it. Pop me coin, get me apothecary on the go. Apothecary. And there you go, look, there's an elemental for our N'Zoth res with death rattle. The one it summons does also count as an elemental, so sometimes the resummon does not have death rattle, but you know, so what? This is the best we can do in standard. And now my opponent's got an issue because they do want to remove this, but they don't want the taunt to pop up, do they? And they're thinking, am I going to be able to... There's cards in the game that can provoke pop death rattles, so they don't want me to pop the death rattles off. But can they kill me before it makes a difference? That would be their stratagem. I don't know what they're really playing at. They've got this thing that can create secrets. They hit here. They should be hitting the lackey, because if they can get freeze trap, then this can't attack, can it? But now I can attack with the lackey to pop that secret. So if it's freeze trap, then this is safe, still on board. I mean, I'm getting battered here by my opponent, down to 10. There is a point that you get... Marlo, please don't dig in the box. There is a point... Yeah, here we go. The weapons are coming out. There's a point that you get to where you can't... My opponent can have, if you have a beast, deal 5 damage and, you know, burst me for 10. So that's why this lifesteal demon's in here, for that chip damage lifesteal. Anyway, I've got to do this. That's acceptable. I think this time it's deal 2 damage to all enemies, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's where they're going with that. I would like to pull the second apothecary. I could give this more attack. Drop the second. But I'm not going to attack with this, though, you see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the demon. Oh, that's a shame. But now I can attack with this, and I can drop freeze. I mean, we're in danger now. Real danger. Can I get my big taunts on the go before my opponent smashes me down with this weapon? And I don't think I can. This is as much as aggro has a place in the game, it's something that I really don't enjoy. I like to do these longer form, interesting things, and you can't do them if someone's smashing you to bits with an aggro deck, unless you really build your deck around survival. And in a shell like the Rogue, that's not so easy. So you just have to ride the wave and hope that you get to your end game before they beat you down. Summon a 3/3, yeah, I could see that coming.
Let me work my magic.
That's handy, isn't it? That seems bad, that this has got that crappy death rattle that does nothing. But this one has got Summon a Scrapyard Colossus, so we're going to give that taunt. It might not matter. My opponent might just be able to kill me with a spell at this stage. My demon got killed. I'm not regaining any health. There you go. Disappointing again. It's my own fault for being so far down on the ladder at this stage in the month. What is it? It's 12th of February, so I should be much higher up on the ladder by now, but yeah. Aggro, aggro, aggro. Hey there, Onyx Gamer. How's it going? A little bit of Friday Night Hearthstone. This is a mage. Surely the mage can't be aggro. It's going to be burn, isn't it? Burn aggro. Oh, I'm compelled to keep the demon because it's something you can do early game. Heist Baron Togwell is very powerful, but it's for drawing cards later game, so not something I want. There's Anchor. Finally we get a game with Anchor. Anchor can really be a huge, massive power swing for me. It changes every Death Rattle minion in my hand into a 1/1 that costs 1. So it changes them into less powerful cards, but it means you can play them, and then their Death Rattles are still the same power. So it means that even though I can't play some of these bigger cards, I can drop Anchor and then spam out the big cards, and it gives me Sky Temple is my opponent. What we're going to do is draw some cards, put the secret up. If they play a spell, Marlo, shush. I'm just going to have to check the dog, sorry. Right. What are we doing here? What did my opponent do? They drew cards, so I drew cards. Okay. Yeah, we'll just drop some cards. Is it? Yeah, I don't know. Is it worth? This gives me the ability to play a card to set off my combo later. So it might not be so good to drop it. I'm just going to press the button and pass. Could have played the demon. The demon will get killed immediately. It's not really useful. It's quite likely my opponent is playing Spell Mage, where they want to play a lot of spells so they can get their reward. And it's quite likely they don't have many minions in the deck. I mean, I've seen one minion now though, so maybe they do. But you see, I don't mind if that's still there because I can shuffle it into my deck with this, but also with Anchor and this I can pull off some real shenanigans. So let's just be a little bit cautious. Let's put something out, take a shot, pass the turn. I do expect my opponent to kill things with spells and then hit me in the face for 3. Again, this you ride out the beatings in this deck a little bit and then pull out the strength later on. If I could get a big Death Rattle card in my hand, something better than this Safeguard, I'd be pleased, because then I can drop Anchor and really get some value and satisfaction out of it. They're doing that so they don't have to do... So I don't have the lifesteal on board, but other than that they're not playing anything else, which is fair enough. It's not good to drop Anchor now, even though I can, 5 mana, because I've only got 1 Death Rattle in hand. I could drop the other Spy Mistress, but it's useful for the combo later on. Do I shuffle in some of these? Just for fun? Because, I mean, we are having fun here, aren't we? Yeah. Let's just chief some of these.
Here we go.
One of these taken out. If I attack with this, it will easily be killed by the hero power, but it will mean my opponent has to use their hero power, or a spell of some description. And I'm not going to drop the spy. How am I going to drop the Spy Mistress? It's just so vulnerable. It'll just get taken out. So, no, I'm not going to drop the Spy Mistress. Just hold on to it. It's useful in my hand.
I wonder.
See, my opponent was really considering there. Do I use my hero power to take that out? And yes, they did. So next turn they drop this. They want to pop off. They want to play a lot of cards. I'm running out of options here. Just going to start dropping the taunts. Bit of a shame that. Bit of a shame. Got Anchor in hand, but didn't manage to draw the other Death Rattle cards. Instead I've drawn Galakron, which I don't want to draw for ages. N'Zoth, which I don't want to draw for ages. This which is good because it's stacking up, you don't get to use it till the end game. And something that I need to hold on to. I mean, I'm building my own deck here, so it's my own fault, but my opponent just going to try and get as much damage to face as possible, and they're really going to be able to do that. They're going to have a good crack to my face here, which is going to annoy me. Shadow Step, which is useful with N'Zoth. Just going to pop this out because my opponent can't target it with spells, which will annoy them. Their options are to run in what they have now, or to try and beef up that Questing Adventurer until it can trade and still be on board. Don't know if they can play that many cards. Can they? How many have they got in hand? 5. This would require 4 cards. No, they're just going to trade in, you see, yeah. Good. So that saved us that board presence. Oh no, that's bad. I don't like the look of that, I'll tell you that. I do not like the look of that. I mean, I could just about to be getting smush face down now. We're going to go Anchor and the Scrapyard Colossus. Hero power, just for the sake of hero power. But what this does is it gives me a possibility of having a 7/7 on board next turn. A possibility. My opponent can't strike face unless they kill it. If they kill it, there's a 7/7 on board. And that can trade into Archmage Antonidas. But it's an issue. If we can hit turn 10, we might survive. Because we've got N'Zoth, we've got the Shadow Step. It's looking highly likely we're going to have some of these Death Rattle minions that are going to get resurrected. There's the 7/7 on board. Can they deal with it? No, they're going to freeze it. Smart. Getting frozen out. They're getting a handful of fireballs. I've got a lifesteal minion that I can resurrect. If that demon gets played and killed and N'Zoth resurrects it. But it might be, my opponent might be playing the Reno deck where they they've got loads of value there now. Look. Next turn they can just burn me to death, can't they? They totally can burn me. So I'm going to have to play Galakron because it gives me some more armour. Oh, that's cheeky, look. And is there anything else that's worth playing? Do I press the button and have a minion? I'm not going to be using that next turn. I'm definitely going to be using the N'Zoth next turn. So, might just throw this out there. Because it's no longer useful to hold it, because now I can generate 1/1s. So, just throw that out there. I can attack, but is there any point in attacking one of these? No. Your hand is too full. I'm about to get burned down. Oh no, they're going to use the endless fireballs on my minions. So that's... Okay, now they can hit me for 5. Yeah, fair play. That's a strange play. I'd have thought 2 fireballs to face. Thought that might be the way to go.
I wonder.
Infinite fireballs though, haven't they? So in that hand now they must have like 4 fireballs. They've thrown that out there because the hand's getting really stuffed and they don't want this, they want me to trade it. At the end of the day I just want to clear off the board. I mean, they might be able to fireball me down or whatever, mightn't they? But I have to clear this. Might as well clear that, even though they want me to. And then, whoa. There you go. Oh, I did get the demon out. So now I've got some life steal on board that can really help. And we've got the safeguard, scrapyard, and this can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. N'Zoth is still out there and vulnerable, and we want to play N'Zoth like a bajillion times because we can shuffle copies into the deck. So we're going to return it to our hand. And now my opponent can't stop me from doing that every turn. I've only got 17 cards in deck, so once I've played N'Zoth and shuffled in 9 copies, it's quite likely, it's like a 1 in 4, 1 in 3 that I draw a N'Zoth each turn. And if I don't, there are other cards in the deck that draw us more cards. So we're doing alright, but we're getting our face smashed in now. Now they realise what's up. They have to try and kill us, don't they? And they think they can, can't they? They can just fireball next turn. I can't get the life steal. They killed the life steal, so that was clever of them. It's a shame. 2/7 to 14, 15, 18 is not enough to hit lethal. So that's a shame. Is there anything I can do to generate some lifesteal? I can maybe get some sort of spell that does something. If I invoke Galacrond, I might get them. Lucky that does a spell, no. So let's press this, might get... No. Neither of them are useful really. So I'm just going to carry on playing as if I'm not going to die, when I'm definitely, absolutely definitely about to die. But it's a shame, because you can see the power in the deck now, can't you? You can see how this can suddenly snowball and become overly powerful and my opponent not be able to deal with it. But 2 fireballs to the face and I'm done. So this deck is not helping us climb. The game seems fun, but it would stress. Yeah, do you know what? When I first started Hearthstone, it didn't stress me at all because I was doing it just... I'd heard about this online card game, and I thought, how do you play a card game online? Oh, what's that about? And I was making a film about computer games and the people who make computer games, and I was editing it, and I was in the room editing a lot. I've got that film that I'm going to share with us sometime. Yeah, spells don't have to go through taunt share, spells can go to face. Yeah, so when I first started playing Hearthstone, it was just a bit of investigation about the game. And then, I'm just going to switch. What else do I need to do? Demon Hunter, Mage, Shaman, Corrupt cards, win. We're going to do the Elemental Mage again, because I quite like that as well. It's not, again, it's not a very refined deck, but it might win. Or do you want to see some frozen yogurt? This game, this one's a really fun deck. So, yeah, when I first started playing Hearthstone, it was just investigation, a bit relaxing fun. But the more I got involved in it, the more anxious I got on ladder. And now they've changed the ladder system a bit, I get less anxious actually. When I get up to legend ranks, I do find it a bit more stressful. It's a high level gameplay, and you have to make more decisions, more things go on in your mind. What am I doing here? Don't need that yet, don't need that yet. This deck's such an effort. Again, bit of fun this deck, bit of a meme deck. We're going to prevent our opponent from killing us by freezing their board, and when we play spells, we're going to get armor as well. I'm going to do that for a while, and then at the end we're going to play Yogg and just see what happens. So we can just kill that. Look. Push. Hello Andrew 1994. My opponent is more likely than not a male, so I'll be saying he. What are we doing here? I'm just going to ping off your Divine Shield and use 1 freeze. Don't really have to worry too much in these early stages, but the Paladin can make something big quite quick, and you can end up getting smashed in the face by something big quite quick. So, not always a good idea to allow that to happen. How many cards have I got now? 9. So do I want everyone to draw 2? No. I mean, I might do. Yeah, I think we would at this stage, actually, yeah. So now I've got a full hand, 10 cards. I definitely need to play 1 more card, which is going to be to freeze this. Here we go, look. There's a 5 mana 9/9 now. Whoa. I'm supposed to be worried. Oy. 10 cards, hand is full, so I definitely need to get something out of hand. We're going to play Twin Spell. It's the cheapest. And it does exactly what I want it to. 1, 2. And then just pop up the Ice Block as well. The Ice Block means that if I hit 0 health, then I don't die, and got another turn. Little secret there, so that's all set. Dormant for 2 turns, Spell Burst, give your minions Divine Shield. So they're building a huge deck, a huge stack of minions there. 9 cards in hand here. I'm going to play... I want to play that on top of this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 mana I'm looking at there, so... Might just draw the secret for nothing. Pop the freeze. And then this draws me 3. I've got 8 in hand. That'll be... I'll play this, I'll draw them, I'll get to 7. Draw 3 will be 7, 8, 9, 10. That'll overdraw me. So I do need to play 1 card now. I've got 2 of these in the deck, so I'm just going to play 1 now. Could have got them. That was foolish. I could have got all the armour for doing that, but we've missed a bit of armour. It doesn't really matter. Not in this deck. If my opponent can't kill that, I mean, they probably have the card that gives them a 4/2 weapon. But if they can't kill that, then I start snowballing armour next turn. And I've got my secrets up, and I'm going to draw, you know, they're not going to, see, there we go, there's a weapon. Oh, they're going to hit to face. So I'm not going to draw my cards. But that was foolish, because this can draw me like a bajillion cards. It's just in there for fun. And now I get to freeze my enemies. Does that freeze them, or does this not freeze? Yeah, I think it does still freeze. And yeah, my opponent's face isn't frozen, so they can hit me for 5, or maybe hit this thing that's building up the armor. Pointed at the screen there with my hand. What does freezing do? Freezing means that they can't do anything. They're just frozen on board for a turn. truce. There's the 4-2. Yeah, I'm not worried here at this stage. It's just chill. And the Potion of Illusion. Well, I've got deal 7 damage. It's not going to do anything, that is, isn't it? But we need to get the Cthulhu cards played at some stage. 5 and 3, you see, 5 and 3. That works for me.
I see. You are patient.
It's nice. There's another couple of cards in deck that do more freezing in conjunction with spells, and it's nice if I could pull them and drop the Potion of Illusion on them. Then I get more of them in hand, I play more of them, and then I play another Potion of Illusion, and it's all just about stalling out the game until later, where I can either vanish all this stuff off or play Yogg-Saron and hope for a favourable outcome. If I don't freeze my opponent's board, they will kill me now. It's like, things are getting a little bit hairy, but just freeze everything. Draw a card. There we go, there's one of them. After you cast a spell, freeze a random enemy. And that can actually freeze the face of my opponent. So if I've got that out, and I play one of these freeze everything spells, everything gets frozen, including my opponent's face. I've been a bit cocky here, and there are a couple of things that could go wrong here, and so I've got to hope that I draw some. Here we go, there's drawing some cards. There's Yogg, he's ready. I've cast 10 spells, so I could play that now if I want. Have I got freeze everything? I haven't got to freeze everything, but I am on a ice block, aren't I? So I don't have to worry too much yet. So let's play one of these. One of these. One of these. We're going to go one more of these. Just play the coin for fun. See what we get.
Works against me.
I'm not going to run that into anything yet, am I? Am I? No. Just going to leave it at that. My opponent 9, 8, 4. You know, they might be able to pop me this turn, but so what? Next turn we play Yogg. That's the whole point of this deck, isn't it? Really. If we can draw into Reno, we can wipe the board. So, or we could draw the other secret, the other ice block, and have another turn. These are all options. If we had managed to get the frost callers out as well as the armor production, we could produce a load of armor. We could still produce a load of armor if we draw that other card that produces armor. But my opponent has got a bit of a foddy board, you see. Although they haven't dealt with these things, so yeah. Anyway.
Impurity will not be tolerated.
I must move quickly.
That's a bit of a greed move for my opponent there. Let's see what we get out of the deck. Oh, there's a corrupt card. That's interesting, isn't it? So I guess it's time for Yogg, isn't it? Because if we freeze, we can freeze 1, 2, 3 of these, and then this will pop off once. I could play this, so this will pop off once, and then I'd have 2 of them. Play the freeze. It would do 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm not guaranteed to freeze everything. So we're just going to drop Yogg and just see if we win. Just random. But that's the whole point. That's the fun of Yogg, isn't it? That's what this deck's about. Stall it out until you can do this and see what happens. Oh. Well, that wasn't so good, was it, Yogg? You big idiot. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Well played. Yeah, that didn't work.
Works against me.
It worked really badly. Really badly. And now I'm dead.
Victory is yours.
Oh dear. Frozen yogurt, that deck's cool. Play one more as mage, eh? Should we do the elements?
Jaina versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild.
You asked for it.
There's only one card we don't want to have in hand, and we've got it. So this could go badly. At least my opponent's not going to be early aggro.
With a cherry on top.
Happy New Year.
What's happening now is my opponent's thinking, what the fuck is this? They're on Google.
A natural mistake.
Natural mistake. I don't know. I don't think so. I think you're on Google checking out Elemental Mage. They think I've got some sort of clever combo. I'm holding on to these for some reason. I'm not. Just gives me some early game pressure. When they complete that quest, they can wipe my board. But until then... Oh, they're Jades. This will be fun, won't it? My deck goes long, their deck goes longer.
A charming composition.
All good in the hood. So I can drop this and it's going to deal 2 damage to everything. So if I go like this... I mean, is it good to do 2 damage to everything? Including my stuff? We're going to find out! I've got Reno as well, haven't I? Deal 10, 2, 4, 5, 9, 10, 4. I could do it with Reno nearly. But with Reno next turn. We've done this now, we're doing this now, this is fun. Because my opponent just, they haven't got a clue now. What am I doing? Why am I burning down my own stuff? They can trade favourably here. They're going to need to. What do I do here? Do I get through to face? Utilising Reno. Oh, and I really want to play this, don't I? I'm just going to play that. Because we're having fun. Doesn't matter what happens to this, because it's going to get killed by Baron-Geddon anyway. But Baron-Geddon's out there now, doing damage every turn to my opponent's face. And I want to get rid of that, they're thinking. A bit disappointing for me to have to face another one of those chuffers. But we can take it out anyway, can't we? Look.
We're gonna have some fun.
Get to face. So we're still applying pressure. Still decent. We might get a win, you never know. All my cards cost 1 now, and I can play them out like the only one I can't deal. The only the only one that doesn't work for this is that. But now we're going to play Froshlitz's Jaina anyway, aren't we? We're going to just have to because we're not super crazy. We're going to do that, yeah. Are we? We could go 4 into that, ping it to face, not play Frosh. Yeah, that's good as well, though, isn't it? Mountain Giant out. Yeah, that's good as well. Let's do that. Ping this, sacrifice Reno, and that goes to face. And with that, my opponent has 2 things that they need to remove. They're surviving quite well. I mean, Druid can survive quite well, and they should be able to armour up as well at some stage, but what are you going for? The 2 taunts. I guess both of them because he completed the quest. Sejumon. They have completed the quest. Fair enough. But I have a cheeky, cunning plan. I'm going to give everything
Do not fear power. Fear
but
those who wield it.
an elemental lifesteal. I'm going to drop that and it's going to summon another copy of it. So, whilst there's 2 poisonous spiders on board, that's okay. They can take out 2 of these threats. But there's 3 big elementals on board. Things are going to start happening now. There go 2 of the big elementals. But I can't really be killed at this stage. And what I can do is I can, after I play the right hand card, I can draw a card. I don't know, how does it work with Zephyris? Let's just play Zephyris first to make sure it doesn't bugger me up.
Your wish is my suggestion.
Why is Pyroblast an option? It costs 10. I can't play it. Silence the enemies means that I can end for 8, 9, 10, 11, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's the correct one. Silence the enemies. Look, silence the enemies. Oh no, that's a shame. Just too much power now, look. You see?
I can rest now.
We won one. We got one. That powerful mage. Completed the quest. That's good. Slowly climbing that rank. Really low ranks. And it matters because it's about how many free cards you get. But like I said, when my gran died, I just decided I'm not going to keep up Hearthstone. And I let it slide a bit, so maybe we come back to it, maybe we, start grinding out these quests a bit harder, but who knows. Still got to play duels, don't even want to play duels. Good game, cheers. 3 games is Demon Hunter, Mage, Shaman, Mage, Paladin, Priest. So we can keep playing Mage and keep crossing off these quests, can't we? If we just keep running Mage. Let's do another one. Cool, Marla. Do you need to go?
Jaina versus Valera.
Watch your back.
You asked for it.
Lovely. My opponent's a rogue. I'm going to use my coin and play Cho. Lord Walker Cho. If anyone plays a spell, the opponent gets a copy. Very powerful. My opponent hasn't got any minions on board, so I need to use a spell to remove this. Helping me by drawing me a card there.
Incredible.
Incredible, yeah. They've got a choice now. Do they attack Cho? Or do they ignore it because it's not a direct threat? And deal with the minion on board?
Death does not scare me.
Pulling something out of my deck. This could be in a Zoth deck. I could be in trouble here. There's quite a lot of strong things they could accidentally pull out of the deck as well. And Cho gives me whatever spell they use to deal with it. So let's just keep pushing things onto board. Or do we just ping that off? Yeah, we need to ping it off because otherwise they can deal with Cho. Cho lives, Cho rides. This is for shuffling copies of things that cause my opponent havoc later on. If I don't play anything, this costs 4 mana next turn, but I'm just going to ping my opponent's face. No, I'm not going to play this. It increases the pressure on board. I'm not sure how this one unfolds, really. Now, they're going for Cho, which means they've got spells that they can't play, because Cho's out. I'm really tempted to take a copy of Cho. Just pop him in the deck. Annoy my opponent, but I do want to use this later for shenanigans. So, instead, I am going to continue applying pressure with the big giant. Not really getting through to face at the moment because of that taunt. Didn't bother trading into it with my other minion because I don't want to damage my own minion. There's a spell. See, now the spells are coming out. Now Cho's been dealt with. Big whoop. So now how many cards I've got? I've got 9 cards. So that's cool. I can ping and play this, which is going to be certain. What's my ping do? 3, 4, 5. It's not enough. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing, isn't it? Unless you want to do something else. What do I want to do? Play Pyros. Got quite a full hand at the moment, so this is the cheapest it can be. And they used a sap on it last time. Yeah, pop that out there. Ping that. Do I trade it in? There's not much point, is there? Let my opponent deal with it. The question is, are we going to get to the power in the deck? Are we going to get to drop the Grand Archivist, who at the end of my turn will cast a spell from my deck, a random spell, but there's only one spell in the deck, so he knows what he's doing. We've also got the Dragon Caster in case I draw that spell, and she can cast it for me for nothing. Oh, some card draw going on now. Hand's getting stuffed. They know that that's an option. You know, they know they're doing that to me. That they're going to overdraw me. Here we go. And they're going to shadow step that. I've got most of the power cards in hand, haven't I? There's a little combo I've got going on with.
My hand is too
Oh look, that's the only card that we didn't want to see coming out. Then 1 in 15. It was a 1 in 18. Whether that came out, and I obviously lost the 1 in 18. So now we've lost the game.
My hand is too full.
But never mind, eh? I'm going to be burning cards. You know, I should be really trying to play things, but I play this and it comes back to hand as something bigger. I mean, this burns through everything, doesn't it? Let's just do this. Pull out something. Oh yeah, there we go. Zephyris. Pulled out Zephyris. One of the only cards that has a battle cry in my deck. So battle cries are useless when they're pulled onto board through an effect like that. And a really powerful card has just been wasted. I'm getting bad luck here. My opponent is getting a bit of an easy ride. Oh no, they're not, are they? There's this deck going around, this permanent stealth rogue, and basically it's weird to use that there. You're basically always in stealth at the end of the game. You draw through your deck until you've got only 4 cards left and repeatedly cycle them in. It's loads of fun to play against. My other elementals have plus attack, so we're going to do that, look. And just kill this. Get rid of that. Unbelievable. That is the other card with Battle Cry that shuffles a bomb into my opponent's deck, which means I can kill them even if they're in stealth. But I can't use it because it got pulled out through that effect. This might well be permanent stealth rogue, and if I can't get loads of bombs into their deck, I'm done for. Which is really annoying. Because I've got the Baleful Banker to shuffle a copy. So that's what we're going to have to do, because it is really important that we have that.
Let's stash that away.
Shuffle the copy in. What else am I doing? I'm just going to throw this one away. Because I think I'm going to have everything pushed back to hand next turn. Maximum I can get 2 bombs into my opponent's deck, so I can do 10 damage they can't avoid. This does damage that they can't avoid. Can we get them down to 10? Because I can now shuffle 1 bomb in from playing this card when it gets drawn out my deck. There's the Vanish. When I get that bomber back, I won't quite get the bomber back. If I overdraw the bomber, or if I overdraw the Elic, then that's going to be annoying. I've only got 11 cards, so we don't have to overdraw the bomb or the Elic. We don't have to.
My hand is too full.
Good, we didn't. But I do know what my opponent's doing. I do know what they're doing. I'm not going to use Alnueth at all, am I? What am I doing? I think it's time for Jaina.
I wonder.
Though it's nice to have a board loaded before you play Jaina, isn't it? Let's go this way. This game is not going well. I do think that my opponent is permanent stealth rogue and that... Oh yeah, cocky now. Oh no, it's N'Zoth. It is N'Zoth rogue. So they're just trying to drag everything out of my deck. That's what they're trying to do. And then play like N'Zoth a bajillion times. So they keep playing these things that drag everything out of my deck. I can get 10 damage to the face through the bombs. I can start pinging. I haven't got 28 turns though, have I? This is just how this is going. So it's just going to go this way. There's another battle cry card. This is a bit of no fun now to finish stream. A little bit of a sad ending, as this rogue is going to just play in Zoth over and over again, and every single of one of these Death Lords is going to pull all of our remaining cards out of our deck. Question is, can we put enough threat on deck to get through a couple of Death Lords and deal enough damage to face? Oh, now we've got the Kartut Defenders. They're going to be coming back and healing up my opponent. So no, we can't put on that pressure and get that final 2 bombs in. No. All is lost now at this point, I know for a fact. Tempted to keep pushing for a bit though. Look, Flame Geezer can do another 2 damage to face. There's Rag, that's a good one.
Now.
19. Still plausible. I mean, my opponent's not doing anything to hurt me, although I will end up overdrawn and taking damage from that. But unless they've got another sensible, there's all the N'Zoths going into their deck, so they're going to be playing all these, repeatedly bringing this board back. But fortunately for me, I don't have to draw all the stuff out of my deck if it's not got an empty. There's the Elic. Like, if I kill this, how many cards have I got in hand? 9. This gets returned to hand. Something gets summoned. That's a shame. Let's do one more. Just playing this now. F it. That was a mistake, actually. That was a mistake. Shouldn't have done that. Just going to leave it set like that. Oh, I forgot about Rag. Because now my opponent can't really play N'Zoth and resurrect his whole board. Their whole board, Colossus, their whole board. Because they've got half a board still. I suppose they could trade it off themselves, couldn't they? Yeah, they can trade it off themselves. So there is that, I suppose. I'm hard to kill. But they're harder to kill. I've got the ability to put 10 damage into their deck. It would have been 20. We got a bit unlucky. Here comes the overdraw again.
Almost out of. I'm out of cards.
So I don't know, what do? We put the bombs in their deck, we hope Rag hits to face. That's what we have to do. They have to kill Rag. They really should kill Ragnaros. If they've got any sense. Because we can do this now. It might be really mathematically unlikely, but if Ragnaros hits to face, I'm going to shuffle it in 2 bombs. So that's 10. 8 would be 18. Oh no, maybe we can't do it. Maybe we can't. It is what it is, isn't it? Should I ping or should I just get these elementals out? I suppose every ping is worth it, isn't it? At this stage. But it was possible my opponent could have drawn 2 bombs, taking them down 10 health. Yeah. They're just playing a Zoth again now, won't they? So they realise now they have to kill Ragnaros. There's a Zoth again. That puts it out of range, really. But never say never, as we've got a few little options still in hand. And sadly, we can't do 7 damage and then get a ping to do 8. But we've got some options in hand. We're definitely doing one of these, aren't we? Put something out. And turn. We just need to be able to get a bit of chip damage into face and then get those bombs off. And then we can finish with Baron Geddon and a couple of pings to face. We can still get the damage in. And we need to leave it set so that we only have to kill our way through a certain number of taunts. Sad. But we're not going to get to do that. I see when the writing is on the wall. I can't throw Baron Geddon out there too early because then it might not. Oh no, I'm taking the damage from the drawing the cards. Yay. So I can heal up quite effectively with Baron Geddon. It'll take 2 off everything and give it to me, so that's fine, I guess, but I'm going to have to do that next turn. Use Reno this turn.
We're gonna be rich with a cherry on top.
Might as well throw these out there. See what my opponent chooses to do here. They might have lethal. Let's just run this through. But I'm telling you, it's nearly 9/8. The trading is still possibly giving me a chance. Because remember, there's 10 damage in the deck. Oh. No, of course not. Of course there's no chance. Should help things along a little bit, look. Let's just do the clever. Bit of clever first, eh? Heal up, look. Do some damage. But if my opponent can't kill me this turn, then I'm going to kill myself next turn.
How tragic.
There we go. That's lethal. The old Murloc overdraw. Thank you very much for being with stream. Sorry I wasn't here a little earlier than when I said I scheduled I was going to be, but these things happen. I just didn't realise it was scheduled. So we'll be back. We will be back at the weekend, even though it's not scheduled. But we will be back at the weekend, and you have a good weekend. You have a good weekend. I hope you have some positive, fresh. So what was that? Someone wanting to become my friend. There's a little noise then that went off. Friend request. Look, Colossus. I'm going to accept it. What sometimes happens now. Bloody hell, they're at rank 7. What sometimes happens now is that they send me a message to say, "Oh, you're rubbish." What? Ding? What was that? Was that my message to say, "Oh, I'm rubbish"? No, no message. They just wanted to add me. I don't know. Fair enough. If you're watching on the old stream and you've been stream sniping me, hello, Colossus. Yeah. Got a new friend there now on Hearthstone. But quite often they just add you to say rude things, but quite often often they don't as well. So it's nice they haven't. It's nice they've been nice, or at least not been mean, isn't it? And we'll see you again. Be good, my little bookos. Be good.